Welcome, everyone, to a very special deep dive. Today, we are going way, way beyond the surface level story of sibling rivalry. We're stepping into the inner mechanics, the very source code of a pivotal moment in history. We're about to explore the encounter between Jacob and Esau, not just as some family drama, but as an absolute masterclass in cosmic strategy, a profound journey that reveals the hidden architecture of reality itself.
So, here's our roadmap for this journey. We're going to start with a puzzling, almost cinematic mystery. From there, we'll uncover a hidden system exploit that just changes the entire game. Then, we'll define what I like to call the Isaac Protocol, this hidden rule that's governing the entire conflict. After that, we're going to zoom way out to the Sephirotic blueprint to see the vast cosmic forces at play. And finally, we'll bring it all right back home, exploring what this ancient strategy means for you right now in your own life.
I want you to just picture the scene. It's the pre-dawn hours. The air is thick with tension. Jacob, after 2 solid decades in exile, is standing there, contemplating his next move. Messengers are being sent out, dispatched across this rugged terrain, and they're carrying a message that is about to set in motion the riskiest reunion in history. And out there, in the distance, spiritually and physically, looms the presence of his brother Esau, a warrior, a force of nature, a man who swore to kill him. And yet, over both of their camps, there's this unseen, stabilizing influence. Their father, Isaac, is still alive. And this brings us to the central question, the one the Zohar itself asks. After 20 years of hiding, 20 years of building a new life, specifically to avoid his brother's rage, Jacob does the unthinkable. He deliberately initiates contact. He sends messengers straight to the man who promised to end his life. Why? Why stir the pot? Why on earth would you poke the sleeping bear?
You know, on the surface, this move seems completely irrational. It defies all logic. Is this supreme courage? Or is it just unbelievable foolishness? Or is it something else entirely? This is the strategic paradox we're here to unravel. And the answer, as we're about to see, isn't found in psychology or in battlefield tactics. It's found in a hidden layer of reality that Jacob understood with perfect crystal clarity.
The key to Jacob's seemingly insane move isn't really about what he did, but when he did it. This isn't just about courage. This is about spiritual physics and impeccable timing. Jacob had identified a very specific, temporary window of opportunity, a system exploit, if you will, in the very fabric of reality. Okay, to understand this, we need to talk about the mystical concept of zaman. Now, in Hebrew, it just means time, but in Kabbalah, it's a much deeper idea. It's not the ticking of a clock. A zaman is a strategic moment, an opportune window where all the cosmic conditions and spiritual forces are perfectly aligned for a specific action to succeed. Jacob's genius wasn't just in his plan, but in identifying the perfect zaman to make his move. And the crucial clue, it's been hidden in plain sight this whole time, right here in the text. Years earlier, after Jacob took the blessings, Esau made a vow. But look closely at the specific condition he put on it. The days of mourning for my father are approaching. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. His plan wasn't immediate. It was explicitly dependent on the death of their father Isaac. As long as Isaac lived, Esau had, in his own mind and spirit, put his revenge on hold.
And right there, that's the core secret, the system exploit Jacob found. He understood that Esau, for all his raw power and simmering anger, was operating under a temporary behavioral constraint. The Zohar calls this profound force Pashad Yitzhak, the awe of Isaac. Esau was spiritually and emotionally bound by this immense respect he had for his father. He would not, and he could not, bring himself to kill his brother while Isaac was still alive. That awe created the window.
So, to really get our heads around this constraint, let's look at it through a modern lens. Let's unpack this concept, what I'm calling the Isaac Protocol, using a couple of analogies to make it absolutely crystal clear. Okay, let's look at these side by side. For all you gamers out there, think of it this way. The final boss, Esau, is under a temporary spell. He can't use his most devastating attacks because the king, Isaac, is still alive and in the castle. Jacob, our player, sees this temporary vulnerability and makes his move now while the boss is effectively nerfed. Now, for those who think more in terms of systems, here's the cosmic engineering version. You've got a highly volatile node, that's Esau, and it's being limited by a super user authorization protocol, that's Isaac, that is still active on the network. Jacob, the system architect, is initiating an intervention to reestablish a stable connection with that volatile node before the controlling authority is decommissioned and all the constraints are removed.
So we can break down Jacob's logic into this flawless three-step strategic plan. First, he identifies the constraint. Esau's actions are bound by his profound awe for Isaac. Second, he recognizes the window. He knows this constraint is temporary. It has an expiration date, the moment of Isaac's death. And third, he acts decisively. He knew he had to initiate contact, send gifts, and negotiate a new relationship within this window of relative safety. It was a calculated risk, sure, but it was based on a deep understanding of the hidden rules of the game. Now, to fully grasp the genius of this, we need to zoom out even further, because this isn't just about family dynamics. It's a reflection of the cosmic blueprint itself. The characters in this drama, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they're not just men. They are the living embodiments of the fundamental forces that structure all of reality. They are the Sephirot. This Sephirotic family tree shows us the underlying architecture of these forces. On one side, you've got Abraham. He embodies the force of chesed, or mercy, this principle of boundless expansion, the right column. On the other side, you have Isaac, who embodies gevura, or judgment, the principle of strict boundaries, restraint, and awe, the left column. And then standing right between them is Jacob, who embodies Sephirot, which means harmony or beauty. He is the central column, and his cosmic job is to balance and synthesize the opposing forces of the right and the left. So, the question is, where does Esau fit into this cosmic blueprint? Well, Isaac, as Gevura, is the source of awesome power, of din or strict judgment and divine order. He is the ultimate principle of restraint. Esau is rooted in that exact same power. He also comes from the left side of Gevura. But his is an unrectified, raw, chaotic version of that judgment. It's the potential for violence, for destruction. And Jacob, as Sephirot, stands in the middle. His entire cosmic purpose is to mediate these powerful forces, the boundless mercy of his grandfather and the awesome judgment of his father, and bring them into a state of harmony. Kabbalah often uses color to help us visualize these dynamics, and it's brilliant. Red, or odem, is the color associated with gevura, with raw judgment, with bloodshed. The Torah itself actually describes Esau as admani, or reddish. This represents his untamed power. White, or lavan, is associated with chesed, with mercy and purity. So the Isaac protocol, then, is the white of Isaac's pure spiritual authority, holding the raw red of Esau's power in check. This created the space for Jacob, the harmonizer, to do his work. This cosmic structure also reveals itself through number symbolism, which gives us another layer of meaning. We start with the number 2. 2 brothers. This isn't just a biographical detail. It represents the fundamental duality at the heart of creation, this tension between the left side of raw judgment, which is Esau, and the central column of harmony, which is Jacob. From that duality of 2, we expand to a stable 3. The 3 patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They aren't just a lineage, they are the 3 foundational pillars of the entire spiritual structure of the world. Right, left, and center. Chesed, Kavora, and Sephirot. Without all 3, the system is unstable. You'd have mercy without boundaries, or judgment without compassion. Jacob completes the structure, creating a balanced and enduring foundation. And what's the purpose of creating this stable, harmonized structure? The number 12. The 12 sons of Jacob, who become the 12 tribes. 12 represents the complete set of archetypes, the full spectrum of pathways and possibilities that can now flourish. It is the fruitful manifestation of a rectified system, the direct result of Jacob's successful act of harmonization in that one critical moment. But even 12 isn't the final number. Beyond it is 13. In Kabbalah, 13 symbolizes a higher unity, a mercy that transcends the system of conflict altogether. And this is Jacob's ultimate goal. By engaging with Esau now, he wasn't just trying to survive. He was aiming to elevate their entire reality to the state of ultimate oneness, the unity of 13. He took the risk to transform the entire system. So after all this deep dive into Sephirot, cosmic engineering, number symbolism, the big question remains, why does a 3,500-year-old story matter to us today? It matters because these patterns are not just historical or theological, they are universal templates for how reality operates, even right now. So what's the ultimate takeaway here? It's this. Every single challenge you face has an underlying structure. Every conflict, whether it's personal or professional, has hidden protocols, unspoken rules. Jacob's genius was that he didn't just see his opponent, Esau. He saw the entire system in which Esau was operating. True strategy isn't about overpowering your opponent. It's about understanding the system more deeply than they do.
Your key to navigating challenges, then, is to look for these same unseen dynamics. Look for the temporary constraints, the hidden protocols, the windows of opportunity that exist in every situation. What is limiting your problem right now? What unspoken rule is currently active? When is the opportune moment, the Zman, to act? Because just like it was for Jacob, timing is everything. So I want to leave you with this question to reflect on. What is the Isaac protocol that's active in your life right now? In your career, in your relationships, in your own personal growth? What is the temporary, higher authority, the unspoken rule, the circumstantial reality that is creating a strategic window for you to act? Identifying it is the first step to becoming the architect of your own reality, just like Jacob.
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share. Which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments? We'll see you in the next chapter.